Imagine a place where winter never ends, but nobody seems to mind. A kingdom of chrome and frost where rivers of sweet cream flow like water, and the air smells permanently of vanilla and toasted sugar. Inside this colossal facility, the production lines move at a blur, churning out millions of gallons of frozen happiness every single day. From massive robotic arms to sub-zero wind tunnels, this isn't just a kitchen. It's a high-speed fortress of flavor designed to feed the world's insatiable craving for ice cream. The foundation, sourcing, and mixing. The journey of every scoop begins long before it hits the freezer. It starts at dawn, with a fleet of tanker trucks lining up at the loading docks. These aren't just delivery vehicles. They are the lifeline of the factory, pumping in thousands of gallons of fresh milk and cream every hour. Quality control here is ruthless. Before a single drop enters the system, lab technicians swarm the tankers. They test for fat content, bacteria, and purity. If the milk isn't perfect, the entire truck is turned away. There is no room for error when you're operating at this scale. Once approved, the raw ingredients are pumped into massive stainless steel silos, some standing 3 stories tall. This is the heart of the mix room. Here, the recipe is born. Giant automated valves release precise amounts of milk, cream, and liquid sugar into blending tanks. It looks chaotic, but it's a symphony of automation. But simply mixing milk and sugar doesn't give you ice cream, it gives you sweet milk. The secret to that rich, velvety texture lies in the stabilizers and emulsifiers. Without them, your dessert would turn into a rock-hard block of ice. These powders are added in exact grams, ensuring that the water and fat molecules, which naturally want to separate, stay locked together in a creamy embrace. The science of safety, pasteurization, and homogenization. Now, the mixture is ready for the heat. It travels through a maze of pipes to the pasteurizer. In a matter of seconds, the liquid is flash heated to kill off any harmful bacteria. It's a critical safety step, but it also serves a culinary purpose. The heat activates the stabilizers, helping them bind the mixture together. But we aren't done with the physics yet. If you looked at this mix under a microscope, the fat globules would look like jagged boulders. That won't do for a premium product. Enter the homogenizer. This high-pressure beast forces the hot mix through a microscopic sieve. It shatters those fat globules into tiny, uniform particles. The result? A base mix so smooth it feels like silk. Once homogenized, the mix needs to relax. It's pumped into aging tanks where it sits at near freezing temperatures for at least 4 hours. This aging process allows the fat to crystallize and the proteins to hydrate. It's the difference between a gritty, icy texture and a luxurious, melt-in-your-mouth experience. The flavor explosion. Up until this point, the factory has been producing a white mass, a blank canvas. Now it's time to paint. The base mix flows into flavor vats where the magic happens. For vanilla, thousands of gallons of extract, often sourced from Madagascar or Tahiti, are injected into the stream. For chocolate, massive hoppers dump cocoa powder that darkens the river of white into a deep, rich brown. But modern appetites demand more than just vanilla and chocolate. This is where the engineering gets truly impressive. Dedicated inclusion lines handle the chunky stuff. We're talking about cookie dough, brownie bites, nuts, and fruit swirls. These solid ingredients are tricky. If you just dump them in, they'd sink to the bottom. Instead, a specialized feeder known as a fruit feeder gently folds the chunks into the semi-frozen mix. It uses an auger system to ensure that every single pint gets the exact same amount of goodies. No one wants to be the person who gets the carton with only 2 pieces of cookie dough. At the same time, variegated pumps inject ribbons of caramel or fudge. These pumps pulse at specific intervals, creating those beautiful, perfect swirls that look like art when you peel back the lid. The big freeze, aeration and extrusion. Now comes the defining moment, freezing. But it's not just about getting cold, it's about air. If you froze the mix right now, it would be a solid block. To get that scoopable texture, the factory uses continuous freezers. These machines are essentially barrel-shaped blenders surrounded by liquid ammonia at negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 30 degrees Celsius. As the mix freezes against the walls of the barrel, dashers scrape it off, whipping air into the product. This is called overrun. Premium brands keep the overrun low, meaning less air and a denser, richer product. Budget brands might pump in up to 100% air, doubling the volume. This factory finds the perfect balance, creating a product that is light enough to scoop, but dense enough to satisfy. The ice cream leaves this machine with the consistency of soft serve. It flows out of the pipes like thick lava. For items like popsicles or ice cream bars, the process takes a detour. The soft ice cream is extruded, pushed through shaped nozzles like Play-Doh, onto a frozen metal plate. A mechanical blade slices the ribbon into individual bars. For stick items, a robotic arm shoots wooden sticks into the soft bars at lightning speed, hundreds per minute. They then march into a brine tank or a cryogenic tunnel, where temperatures drop to minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. The bars freeze solid in seconds. The art of enrobing. For the chocolate-covered treats, the frozen bars are grabbed by robotic grippers. In a synchronized dance, rows of bars are dipped into a bath of warm, melted chocolate. The physics here is fascinating. The cold ice cream instantly solidifies the chocolate, creating that signature snap when you bite into it. If the bar is meant to have almonds or crunchies, it's dipped a second time or rolled through a curtain of toppings before the chocolate fully sets. We are now in the packaging hall, and the noise is deafening. It's a blur of cardboard and color. For pints and tubs, the soft ice cream is injected directly into the containers. The filling nozzles spin as they fill, ensuring the mix settles without air pockets. Lids are slapped on by pneumatic arms faster than the eye can follow. Lasers scan every single package. They check for proper sealing, correct labeling, and expiration dates. A metal detector sits at the end of the line, a silent sentinel ensuring that no stray bolt or screw from the machinery has made its way into your dessert. If a carton is even a fraction of an ounce underweight, a puff of compressed air shoots it off the line and into the reject bin. The deep freeze and logistics. You might think the ice cream is ready, but it's actually too soft to ship. The core is still somewhat gooey. To survive the journey to your supermarket, it needs to undergo hardening. The cartons and boxes travel on a spiral conveyor belt up into the ceiling. They enter the hardening tunnel, a massive insulated chamber where giant fans blast air chilled to minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 45 degrees Celsius. The workers who maintain this section of the factory wear heated suits that look like they belong on an Arctic expedition. In here, moisture in the air turns to snow instantly. The ice cream spends about an hour in this polar vortex, freezing the water content completely to lock in the texture and flavor. Once they emerge rock solid, robotic palletizers take over. These mechanical giants stack the boxes onto wooden pallets, wrap them in plastic, and whisk them away to the cold storage warehouse. This warehouse is a cathedral of cold. Shelves stretch up to the rafters, holding millions of dollars worth of inventory. It's a logistical puzzle. The factory operates on a first-in, first-out system to ensure freshness. Forklifts zip back and forth, loading refrigerated trucks that will carry these frozen treasures to distribution centers across the continent, and sometimes via specialized shipping containers across the ocean. Cleaning and changeover. There is one more crucial stage that happens when the production line stops: the cleanup. You can't run strawberry ice cream through pipes that just held mint chocolate chip. The allergen wash is the most intense part of the factory's schedule. When a flavor run ends, the clean in place (CIP) system takes over. Scalding hot water, caustic soda, and acid solutions are flushed through every pipe, tank, and nozzle at high velocity. It scrubs the stainless steel down to the microscopic level. Swab tests are conducted on the surfaces to ensure zero cross-contamination. Only when the lab gives the green light can the next flavor begin. It's a rigorous cycle that ensures safety and consistency, allowing the factory to switch from peanut butter swirl to lemon sorbet without missing a beat. So guys, From the precise chemistry of the mix room to the sub-zero engineering of the hardening tunnel, this factory is a marvel of modern manufacturing. It turns simple agricultural ingredients into a global obsession through a perfect blend of science and speed. Every time you open a freezer and reach for that pint, you are enjoying the end result of a complex, frozen symphony designed to bring a moment of joy to millions.